Welcome to this compliance training on handling customer information. This session is designed for everyone, regardless of role, because protecting customer data is a shared responsibility. Please keep in mind that this deck is a sample, not a legal interpretation. If a real situation feels unclear, the right next step is to check with compliance or legal. Let's start with why this training matters. In financial services, customer trust is built on how carefully we handle their information, and one careless moment can damage that trust very quickly. The goal here is to help you recognize customer information, apply the core handling principles, spot common risk patterns, and know where to go when you are unsure. This is an annual requirement, and it is followed by a short 10-question check. Now, what do we mean by customer information? It includes obvious personal details like a name, address, date of birth, and ID documents, but it also includes account numbers, balances, transaction history, and records of customer interactions. Even information that seems harmless on its own can become identifying when combined with other details. The safest habit is to treat all of it with care and use only what you truly need for the task in front of you. When a judgment call feels difficult, come back to 3 simple anchors. First, use the minimum necessary information, not extra data just in case. Second, stay within the original purpose for which the data was collected, unless a new process authorizes a different use. And third, remember that access is recorded, so if you open customer information, you should be able to explain why. Next, let's look at one of the highest risk moments, taking data out of the office or sharing it with others. Sometimes that is necessary, but it is also where many leaks begin, so the small precautions really matter. Use only approved devices, secure paper documents properly, double-check email domains and recipients, and avoid loose cloud sharing settings. If you are hesitating, pause and file the request, because asking first is far less costly than cleaning up an incident later. Here are some of the patterns that most often lead to problems. In many cases, people are not trying to do harm, but the outcome still becomes serious. Common examples include looking at someone's account out of curiosity, sending information to the wrong recipient, moving work onto a personal device, or discussing customer details where others can overhear. These are exactly the kinds of everyday lapses that logs, audits, and complaints tend to uncover later. Let's make this practical with 2 common situations. If a family member calls asking for an account balance, you should not share it unless the proper authority has been confirmed, so move the case into a verification process instead. If a coworker asks in chat for a screenshot of transactions, do not send it casually just because they seem busy. First, confirm the business need, document the reason and scope, and use the formal transfer method. To wrap up, remember the basic response when something feels uncertain. Stop, log it, and escalate it. Depending on the situation, that may mean your manager, compliance, or IT and security. And reporting early is itself the right action. You should also be able to connect the common risk patterns we covered to your own daily work. After this session, there is a short check, and if the score is below 80%, a brief follow-up e-learning will be required.